Nintopic Podcast, all things Nintendo.
Welcome to the Nintopic Podcast. We are live here. Directly from, I was gonna say live from Orlando, Florida, but we're not in Orlando. We're all over the world, right? Right now we are in Texas, we are in Florida, Miami. I think it's Miami, right, Andres?
Yep.
Miami. Paul is in California over there in Hollywood by his mansion and his Mario shaped pool. I think and of course we have our special guest, Heather Gonzalez, the voice of Minoru. I'm saying it right this time. Minoru from Tears of the Kingdom. My friends, we are amongst royalty. Thank you guys so much for coming in. You guys look amazing in the chat. We also have a special guest here, Andres Restart, here from the Andres Restart channel and from the Andres Restart podcast. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. I want to go ahead and extend and send out our love to our very own Joycey J. She's not feeling not feeling well. And of course, Vandy 323. There are our two co-hosts who are out today feeling sick. Get well soon. Hopefully you're watching the podcast. I'm not resting because you need some rest. And then, but we're here. We have a how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 5, right? 5 or 6.
That's 5.
We're 7.
Math.
We're 7. There's 10 of us.
10. Okay,
correct.
There's 10 of us. Well, only with Heather. There's multiple people, right?
They're all in here,
right?
Yeah.
I'm counting 10 because I see the stream. There's 5 people. I see the show. There's 5 people. So
Hey, see.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and go over our guests today and our crew today to see how everybody is doing. And I want to start with Heather. Heather, how are you today? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Excited to be back. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Joycey and Vandy can't be here. We give them my love. I hope they get better soon. Yeah, doing great. A lot of things coming out that NDA, can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Really?
You're right.
So NDA, and an NDA.
Exactly. And NDA.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Forgot about that
That's
last
it.
video.
That's
quite a
the one.
collection you got there. It's pretty good.
Moving over to Paul Gale. How are you, man? What's going on, Dr. Nintendo?
Doing very well. Having a good day. Coming off of an awesome weekend. Yeah.
What happened in the weekend? What happened in the weekend?
Well, I got to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on Saturday, and was able to invite my wife and kids and dad. So we all watched it, had a good time. Totally validated these purchases because the toys that I got, the main 4 turtles, I was like, I'm gonna get them regardless, and I hope the movie's good, which makes the toys that much cooler. And safe to say, if you like the Ninja Turtles property coming from any of the eras, I think this movie's got something for you.
Nice.
Lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait to see it. Moving over to Andres Restart. Andres, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been a little bit, but good. Just talking about Nintendo fighting the algorithm. I did see Oppenheimer finally over the weekend. That was it was a trip. It was a trip. My brother spilled nachos on my lap.
So was it okay? I gotta clear it up. Was that movie the bomb?
Womp womp.
Can I go? Is it too late?
Go ahead, Lynn. Go ahead.
Let me tell you definitely are a dad. I can see that very clearly.
I am.
Yes, the jokes are strong with you. But it was good. It was the bomb.
He does have the soundbite. There you go.
Take it over, Liz. Take it over, Liz.
You were waiting for that. Yes.
I'm good though. I have been just like really busy with just like assistant job and stuff like that. But I've been reading a lot. I've been blitzing books like this. I finished a 600-page book in less than 48 hours.
Nice.
It's like sociopathic level behavior.
Yeah.
But I'm good. Today is tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day before I drive to Charlotte with Vandy. So
nice.
We're going on a little trip. We're going to be out of town for the weekend. So this is my like rejuvenation day before it all gets like crazy.
Is it a convention or are you just taking some time off? Relax.
So he has family there. And his family planned this whole like shindig of like, we're going to go here and then we're going to do this. So there's an itinerary, but I'm there for the food. I'm there for the vibes. I'm there for the positivity. Yeah, it's nice to get away, even though it's not like crazy far from Georgia. It's just nice to like have a little mini vacation for like a weekend.
Especially when you're not in charge, they take care of everything. You're just along for the ride, enjoying everything, and just
exactly. I don't have to plan anything. I just show up and smile.
Best part.
That's it.
That's it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, in my case, I saw my family and we saw Barbie at the movie theater.
How'd you like it?
It was interesting. I mean, I liked the first part, the beginning of it. It was okay. The rest was okay too. I saw a lot of little girls leaving the theater like, "Mommy, boo." It was like, they look confused a little bit, But the movie was overall, it was a good movie. I mean, it did good in the box office. I'm guessing it has good reviews. I haven't checked them out yet, but it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. It wasn't a movie that I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more for kids, but it's not. It's rated PG-13, right? That's I found out when I got there, PG-13. I'm like, well, my daughter used to play with Barbie when she was 3 and 4 and 5. So what happened to these kids who go with their Barbies in their little shirts? So I'm like, oh, okay. But that's the route they went, and the movie is for me and for my daughters because they're all, my youngest is 13 and my other is 20 something. They're grown, so they understood the entire movie, and it was good for them as well. So we all had fun.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You saw Barbie, He saw Oppenheimer, but there's no one in this call who Barbenheimered.
I saw both. But I
Yeah.
saw
You
both.
Barbenheimered.
I
Okay.
saw both back to back, but the previous weekend.
Ah,
Okay.
I was like Barbie on Friday and Oppenheimer on Saturday, but like of the previous weekend.
Okay.
So I did the Barbenheimer.
You did the Barbenheimer. Which
Barbenheimer.
one
I
did you
enjoyed-
like more?
Oh, Barbie surprised me more because I laughed because it was funny. I was like, because it was silly, and it also made me go, oh man, because it was sad. So it really had a few levels to it, which I was really impressed with. With Oppenheimer, extremely well done, but I more or less knew the story, and I just appreciated the accuracy to it. So maybe I got a little bit more out of Barbie, but Oppenheimer perhaps is the greater made film.
Yeah.
But
Right.
there are different types of good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Barbie. I think it was just like that, like the Paul said. At the beginning it was for kids, in the middle it was for teens, and at the end it wasn't for, I think, more for grown ups. So it was like it had a little bit for everybody in the movie. So it was good.
That's so cool.
All right, so let's jump into what have you been playing, because we spent the half of the podcast talking about movies. Though let's go ahead and talk about video games, right? And that's what we came here for. I'm gonna start with our special guest here, Heather. Heather, what have you been playing lately? Because I know you have a live stream, right?
What?
What have you been playing in your live streams? And stuff?
Oh, on my we are variety streams, so we play a lot of Honkai Star Rail. We play a lot of Diablo 4.
Nice.
We finished Tears of the Kingdom.
Ooh.
And next week we're gonna start ESO.
Nice. So no spoilers in Tears of the Kingdom yet, right? Wait, well, Vandy's not here, but also if he's watching, I don't want to spoil anything for anything either. And then for the people in the chat, we're gonna have a spoiler. We're gonna have a spoiler podcast one day, and we're gonna bring Heather over on that podcast so we can freely talk about it. Because I guess is this still up, the spoiler thing, or is it not yet, or is it?
I mean, I think it's been long enough that most people have found everything, but even we, like, because we sort of plowed through it to get all the tiers and all the things so we could see. Even we apparently missed something because we didn't get the final ending.
Oh, wow.
So I'm still gonna have to either play it again, which I'm gonna be honest, that's probably not gonna happen. That's a lot of hours of commitment. I might just find someone who did get the final ending and watch theirs.
You too,
I mean,
right?
You could just like find the thing you did, do that, and then go to the ending again.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is that I missed. So I'm gonna have to like figure out that and then like go searching.
I don't know what and how the NDA works, but what can I like? Did you go to the castle after you did the temples?
Yes.
Did you get all 18 glyphs, geoglyphs?
I think we did.
Did you go to the spiral in the top
stages.
right? Okay.
We did that.
Yeah.
I thought we got all the tiers, including getting the one for getting the sword, but apparently when we ended it, people were like, that's not the ending.
Quest?
I thought we did, but maybe not.
There's
the Master Sword?
We have the Master Sword, but we sort of like bulldozed that. My husband found out how to get the Master Sword and just jumped straight to getting the Master Sword. So he may have missed something in the lead up to that.
Yeah.
It might be
you know what? I think maybe I know what it is. Have you gone to Korok Forest?
I don't think so.
That's what it is.
That's
what
most
it is.
People, I think, are missing that one.
That's
so
the
I
one.
I think I got the final ending then, so I'm okay. I'm happy.
Pro tip: explore the depths.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to go back to the
depths
forest.
around that. Yeah, and you could probably get that done in an hour or two. You know. Yeah, but then you have to fight them. So maybe we're talking about 4-ish hours.
It might be the whole stream, but that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
a fun
it
challenge though.
You end up saying a lot more.
Yeah.
Not to fully spoil things. That's actually part of the conversation we were having last time, which was like, now that almost everyone's beaten it, Vandy not, so we kind of refrained from too much, but was like, when we were talking to you, we're like, yeah, you did a great job in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, but now that we've beaten it, we're like, hold on.
You actually got to hear all the stuff.
Yeah.
So much more, which is that much bigger of a role, which is cool.
Yeah. Which actually was a lot of fun doing it live on our stream because there's, in Zelda, there's so much stuff that isn't voiced. So anything that I said that wasn't voiced, I voiced for our stream.
Yeah.
So they got to watch a fully active Zelda moment.
That's so cool.
That is amazing.
That's like the director's cut on the fly.
Right.
Wow.
Link, what are you doing? and if your husband's good, he goes, ah! Like,
No, that's my favorite part. I want to be Link.
yeah,
That's my Link audition. One day.
there you go.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, if Link will ever exist, I'm pretty sure that's not canon. Then you can jump in there. I mean, I remember one time we brought up Bowsette to Kenny James. Wow, that was a mistake. No, that is not canon. Bowsette is not real.
Oh, poor Bowsette gets no love.
Yeah.
Or would you voice the character? Well, I guess I would.
right. All right. So, Andres, what have you been playing?
So I actually have recently got into the post game for Pikmin 4.
Nice.
Yes, yeah. Pikmin 4 is a treat. I'll say that it's very good.
Yeah.
Had a
You
great
beat the
time
game
with
already?
it.
You beat the game?
So when I say post game, I did see the credits.
Okay.
But I think it's one of those credits where it comes pretty early on. There's still a lot more game to enjoy.
Like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, like I looked at how many castaways I still need to save, and I only had half.
Okay.
So it feels kind of like when you beat Bowser in a Mario game, and you still have to do like half of the levels in the world to really 100% it and find all the challenge.
Yeah,
that's what it kind of feels like the end of Pikmin is. So it's not the real ending, but yeah, I'm at that point, and it's a good game. It's a good game. I put out a discussion video earlier this week, and because I saw a lot of people's opinion on Twitter.
Yeah,
and I just posed a question. I wasn't saying it myself.
Yeah,
right. But I was posing a question, and the question was, is Pikmin 4 better than Tears of the Kingdom? And I start the video by explain. I don't think so. Right. Personally, I don't think so. Right. Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is a game of a generation kind of game. Like it's more than just a game of the year quality. Pikmin 4, on the other hand, though, is a very, very good game. I think it might be something that could be nominated. Like it's that good. Pikmin hasn't really been in that conversation before.
Yeah.
And I think for people who maybe didn't like Tears of the Kingdom as much as they thought they would, those people might be the kind of people that might say Pikmin 4 is their personal game of the year as opposed to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which may seem like a crazy thing to say because we have such high expectations for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
But Pikmin 4 is a pretty good game too. So
I can see I can see it making a family game of the year,
Yeah. Very good. They did a lot of great things to kind of make it more appealing for more people, like bringing in Ochi, just streamlining the gameplay stuff with the Pikmin, and the way they kind of position the camera. It feels more like an action adventure, so it's more fun to explore. I have only great things to say about Pikmin 4, except for the tutorial. It's too wordy, but otherwise it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Take it away, Linz. What have you been playing?
I have done a little bit of Star Rail. I've done a lot of Pokemon Unite. I would love to give Pokemon Unite credit. They are the worst company when it comes to balancing a game I have ever seen, and it's so frustrating. So we're all hoping that they end up figuring it out essentially, because the game is nearly unplayable right now unless you choose to destroy yourself.
Yeah.
But anyone who plays the game will vouch for how bad it is. Basically they put characters in the game that are so far over leveled and just bop boop beep broken that it doesn't matter what role you play. If we're gonna put it in Smite terms and League, you can play a tank and basically just get one shot. He has a 4-level lead on anyone just off rip.
Wow.
So no one can touch him in stats. He has every single kit you could imagine built into just one character. So it's a little bop boop beep crazy, but we're holding hands and crying in a circle together. But we're getting through it all together, which is what matters.
Right.
It can only be so sad if you're crying together. But other than that, I've just been vibing. I started my other Animal Crossing island, and I need KK Slider to come over and play me his tunes so I can then therefore terraform. Yeah.
So are you that far already in the game, Animal Crossing?
Oh yeah. I don't meddle when it comes to Tom Nook.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh yeah, I started my island over, but I'm still in the camp at the campsite at the beginning. I haven't even got my cell phone yet. And this
I
was
think
like,
we'll have to start that game over. It's been so
like
long.
weeks ago.
I need Timmy and Tommy to be able to live their best life. So if that means I fork over every single bell I have to help their future career, that's what I'm gonna do.
And before I jump to Paul, guys, in the chat, just want to let you know, right after this, we're gonna jump into a special Q&A with our special guest Heather. So I want you guys to put your questions for Heather in the chat. You're gonna find out how many games she really does voice, which there are many, and you guys are gonna be surprised, as just like we were, because after the podcast, I went hunting. I went hunting, and I found so many games. We have royalty in the chat, guys. We have royalty on the podcast. I'm telling you. So get your questions ready on the chat, because we're gonna go ahead and select questions from you guys. Remember, NDA. So not all questions will be answered, but at least the majority of them. So go ahead now and start posting your questions. Take it away, Paul. What have you
All
been
right.
playing?
I've been playing Pikmin 4. That's kind of the main game lately, but I haven't beaten it yet. Though I do think it is a good contender for Game of the Year. Nothing beats Tears of the Kingdom yet at this point for me personally, but Pikmin 4 is definitely a solid addition, as is Street Fighter 6, which is another game that I'm continuing to play nonstop almost. Every day I'm, fighting online and also playing with my kids, like 2-player. Sometimes I let them have the handicap where like they have the 5 stars maxed out, so they hit me twice and I'm dead. So I have to be really careful because, but it helps me be better, like really with my management. So that's fun. And then I beat this last summer, actually, the 4 of us. But since I'm in a Ninja Turtles mode, we were playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection and Shredder's Revenge over the weekend. And Shredder's Revenge continues to be a really good game. It's going to get DLC soon with Yagi Jimbo, the Samurai Rabbit. Can't wait to play as him. I think a new story mode also, and like a color swap for the turtles, like giving them different looks from different series over the years. So and still a little bit of Final Fantasy 16, but I'm falling slightly behind where I probably should be based off of having that game for like a month now, 5 weeks, and probably should have beat it. So probably need like 2 more weeks just because Pikmin 4 came and I'm like, here comes my management time. But
that's awesome. I gotta admit, I downloaded the Pikmin 4 trailer, the demo, because I wanted to. I have never been a Pikmin fan. I'm not Pikmin fan. I just haven't been into the Pikmin games, right? I didn't play 1, 2, or even 3. And I saw Pikmin 4 they looked so much better. The dog was there, the mechanics was there. I saw all the improvements. I downloaded the demo to see if I liked it. I didn't really get through the demo that much. Didn't really get halfway through it.
I'm so offended.
Maybe I know you were gonna get offended by it. I'm sorry about that. I'll try a little. I'll try harder when this. Actually, there's nothing really to play new, and I still didn't.
I don't think you should try harder. I think if you want to give it a try, give it a try. I mean, it's a fun game, but I will say the tutorials are hard to get through. They are hard.
It's a demo, the tutorial.
It's the beginning of the game, which has the tutorial. So yes.
Okay.
I recorded. So what's funny is that when I played the demo, I recorded it to record footage, but I was also on a Discord call with my friend. And so whenever I go back to check footage when I'm trying to add B-roll, I go to that recorded footage like 4 to 5 hours. And I hear myself in the background, and I just hear myself like cursing, like, damn it, another dialogue. I can't believe this. So
okay, so basically the game gets better and there's more freedom later on. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's probably why.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give it a try, because I know the demo actually saves and you can continue once you buy the game. So that's a good thing. It's not that I'm gonna play the demo and start over again. But Tears of the Kingdom, haven't played that in a month. I already beat it and then didn't go back to it. Street Fighter, I downloaded it. It's there. Haven't even turned it on yet. And the other one is Final Fantasy 16. That one I've been playing. Final Fantasy 16 to me is it's good. I still have Tears of the Kingdom above it when it comes to Game of the Year. It's good. It's just I just got spoiled with Tears of the Kingdom because I love the freedom to explore. And then Tears of the Kingdom just gave me too much freedom. It gave me too much freedom. It gave me freedom over the skies. It gave me freedom over the land, and it gave us all surprise freedom underground. Which and of course all the crafting and all that stuff. So I got really spoiled with Tears of the Kingdom. So going into Final Fantasy 16, I was expecting a little more freedom and stuff like that, but it's more like a map that you kind of go to certain areas and then you're there already. Story wise, it's good. Little dramatic for my taste. Wish I can just turn off the cursing so that I can play it without my headphones and use a big sound on it. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I've been playing a lot of Mario. Like Mario's been my guy in the past I would say month or so, month and a half. Mario Maker, actually, just because I can just go into that game and play any level that anybody created, and I'm gonna be surprised with what kind of game is it. Is it a 3D Mario? Is it a Mario 1, 2, or 3? So I just jump right in and I'm surprised with what level I get. Pokemon Sleep. I've been sleeping a lot and I have not caught a shiny. Okay, no shinies. And I caught an Eve and that was it. And then
I love Eevee.
Yeah, I got Pikachu, I got Eevee. I got I forgot the name of the other one. It was some kind of little baby chick or something like that. Like a little baby. It's like a little puff. It's like a little puff, little eyes and stuff. Yeah.
Igglybuff?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's just a little puff.
Yeah, a little puff. Yeah.
That was so wholesome.
The one of things and then people fall asleep with and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that one and that was it, but no shiny at all. I mean, I sleep and I sleep and I sleep and I can't. I mean, I'm not even in my dreams.
I've gotten 2 of them. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
I will say Igglybuff shiny is like very subtle. So just keep your eyes out for that one because it's very hard to tell the difference between regular and shiny.
It is. Wait, hold up. So not only can I catch one, it's kind of hard to even figure out if I did catch one.
You might have them.
So you might have one. Go back and look.
Hold on. Igglybuff shiny versus regular.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna forget about Shane right now. Let's go ahead and jump right into our special Q&A with our special guest Heather here, and I'm gonna start out with another special guest in our chat that I want to apologize to because I did not know that instead of adding to the mod area, I blocked this person. Shout out to Kristen. Is it Kirsten? Right, Kirsten?
Yeah.
Kirsten Quinn. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's like I'm adding it to the mod, and I actually added it to the block, so she was completely blocked from the channel.
No.
And I'm like, what the heck? My blindness. I am legally blind, guys. I cannot see through one eye, and I have 50% eye on the other eye. But still, that's not an excuse. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick your question first. All right, Kirsten. All right, Kirsten. You are, and I added her as a moderator, so you are moderator now. And here is Kirsten's question for Heather.
What's the most rewarding part of being a professional voice actor? Oh man, that's like a 16-part question, dude.
Right?
Okay, I'll give you twofold on that. One is that the thing that I wanted to do since diapers, which is act, is the thing that I am doing now and people pay me to do it. That's fucking awesome. There's really, I can curse, right? Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
I broke the barrier with the damn it. So now the floodgates.
You guys come to my Twitch. I'm Mouth of a Sailor. We are not family friendly. I will be nicer on your podcast. I apologize. That is freaking awesome.
I have that one.
And the second part of that, it didn't actually occur to me until the other day when I was talking to my husband about voice acting and stuff, and he was like, yeah, I was in, everyone gets in the sad place where they're like, oh, I'm not working, I'm never gonna work again, because actor brain, that's what it tells me.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, yeah, but think of it this way, even if you never did another thing in your life, one day when you're off this planet, people will still hear and appreciate the work you did. And I was like, oh, holy shit. That's true. Holy crap. Sorry, I did it again. That's true. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. I can't help it worse. Anyway, that's my answer. Sorry, bye.
You're good. All right, let's see next question. Let's see here. Looking for another question. Thank you, Kirsten, for that question. Sorry for blocking you. Let's see here. Guys, questions in the chat. While I find the question here, Lindsay, you want to go ahead and kick it in and ask her,
Oh gosh. I'm such a big Star Rail fan, so I don't even know what to
I have a question.
Well, did you kill me already?
I was gonna say, what was your favorite thing about working on that project? Because you played such like a massive character for that entire series. So like I'm sure there was so much that went behind the scenes, and I don't know how much you can say, but like what was your favorite thing about working on that project?
So what's funny about that project is I started working on that like 2020, I want to say. What? Definitely in this booth in the pandemic, started working on that, and then did like a 4-hour session, heard nothing for almost a year, and someone I knew was still getting sessions, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe I got recast. Okay, that happens. That sucks, but all right. And then like a year and a half went by, and they called me in for more sessions, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't get recast. Cool, we're gonna like delve in now. And at that point, I got to work with an amazing director named Kal-El, who
Superman?
Good. Yeah, right. I think his dad actually was one of the comic book writers, and that is why he named him Kal-El.
Wow.
But Kal-El Bogdanov, amazing video game director, such an awesome dude. And I had never gotten to work with him before, so I was really excited. And he is the first video game director who actually did the full script with me, because normally you go in for video games, you get your lines out. You don't really get to see a lot of what's going on in the rest of the scene. You get your line. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get the line before or after. And you just do 2 in a row, your line, your line, your line, your line. He actually read the scene with me as an acting partner and let me like do the scene like an actor. And it was so incredible. It was the first time I'd gotten to do that in a video game. And I was like, oh, this is so good. It was a lot of fun.
Exciting.
That's
now
awesome.
You did
everyone
great.
spends
It was
time
so
killing
cool.
me. I loved it. I loved the music they put in her fight. Oh,
It's so good.
so good. It did not have to go that hard, and I appreciate the fact that it did.
I got out of my chair when I heard it. I was like, this is the best final boss music I've ever listened to. It's so sick.
Oh, I loved it so much. And then, of course, after I beat it on my stream, and like, I won't spoilers in case anyone else hasn't killed me yet, but like the moment between her and Branya right before she like smiles and is dead, I was like, oh my God, why did a video game make me cry? I knew this was coming, but oh my God. It's such a good moment.
It's so
I
cool.
love
It's easily the best part of the entire story that they've released up till this point.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I figured everyone just killed me and forgot about me.
Oh no, I go back. We've gone back several times.
I go back and kill you monthly.
That's horrible. That is horrible. Andre, take it away, man. You have a question?
Yeah. So, and I understand NDA, so if you can't, that's totally fine. But on the note of crying and tears, you played Mineru in Tears of the Kingdom, correct? So, what I'm curious on, if you can offer any perspective on this, I don't know if they gave you any sort of like background going into the role or anything like that, but I've kind of theorized that King Rauru and Queen Sonia kind of play like a parental figures for Princess Zelda when she goes to the past, right? So what I've also, by extension, I've also thought, okay, well then Mineru is kind of taking on kind of like an aunt-like figure for Princess Zelda. I don't know what you can say or can't say, but does that kind of vibe at all with your perspective of the character?
It was never so much said in that way in the recording of it, but it was definitely guided toward you are the maternal, the guide, you are the wiser, older. So it definitely like they gave that direction to kind of go in that way. There was no familial term put to it when we were doing it. And to be honest, I didn't know a lot about the other characters that weren't like, I knew who the characters were because they were in scenes with me and I could see clips of them. But a lot of what you do is so in a silo that like I didn't really understand the Rauru character until I played the game, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now this thing that I said makes so much more sense to me.
Yeah, and you got to see that final scene.
I know.
Yeah, you got to see it. I think you'll be very happy with it.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
It is a good final scene. Let's see here. I would be Jazz if I could. Okay, let's see here. Is this a question?
Yeah.
From Tristan, right? Tristan?
Yeah, that's a question.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight it.
Do some voice work. What's the time commitment and workload like? That's a really good question. It really differs. I know people who work a full-time day job and do voiceover. It is a huge commitment, and if you love to do this, then it's definitely something you can do. My workload, like last year, I was in studio 4 or 5 times a week doing multiple things. This year my ebb and flow has definitely ebbed a bit. So this year I'm in like once a week doing things, and I have more time for marketing and other stuff. But that's the other thing with being a voice actor is even with having an agent and all of that, it's always about marketing yourself, and you're the entrepreneur, you are the business. So you're always reaching out and trying to get more people to be like, notice me, senpai. I'm still here. Don't you want to work with me? Okay, I'll just wait in the corner. So the time commitment varies depending on how much time outside of the booth you want to put into it. And that could be auditioning, that could be classes, marketing, networking. So it can go from full-time job to part-time job. It really depends on how you want to make that life work for you.
And I bet the marketing can be challenging because as a voice actor, your face isn't always there, right? So, it's even harder to kind of get people to be aware, oh, that's who that is,
Yeah. And it's also like reaching out to different studios and trying to figure out who those studios are. And a lot of them, you can't just find their information. They don't just put their emails out into the world. So it's a lot of like backwards Google foo to like figure out who am I supposed to talk to and how do I get in front of them?
Yeah. And is it IMDb Pro?
That is one of them. That is one of the tricks for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with voice actors that they tell me, yeah, you can do this, and do that, and do this, do that. I'm like, okay. The only thing that stuck was IMDb Pro. That's the only thing that stuck. But yeah, that's a really, really good question. If you're looking to be a voice actress, yeah, just put yourself out there. A lot of training, improv, right? What else, Heather?
Oh my goodness. My whole thing is like training, always be learning, even like free stuff. Go on YouTube and find the podcasts from voice actors who like have put them out from years ago to now. Just practice read out loud, cold read all the time. Cause man, if my whole life as a kid in school who never wanted to be called on to cold read because I hate cold reading, that is like my whole life now is, oh, you've never seen the script before? Here it is. Go say your lines. And you're like, great. Hang on. What's that say? Okay, cool.
Here, cry on cue right now. Action.
Yeah. That one's always fun.
Have you been asked to cry on cue?
So not on cue, but I have definitely had moments where I don't know if anyone plays Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis.
Yeah.
But I am Manon in that, and Manon's arc took a turn. And of course, I knew it was coming from the beginning, so we've been working up towards it, but I don't think people knew it was coming, and it took a very dramatic turn. And I remember being in that session and the director just being like, okay, so, because normally in sessions, you'll do your line, the director, the client, and the engineer will chat, figure out which one they want, and then you move on to the next line. Okay. So there's a lot of like downtime for the actor in between and other voices in your ear. And so I remember the director being like, nobody talk. I need Heather to go to a really dark place. It is going to be uncomfortable. It is going to hurt. And I need to be able to keep things moving. So clients, if you have notes, please make notes and we'll come back at the end for them. Engineer, unless there's something horribly wrong, please just stay quiet on your end. I'm going to give as little direction as I can. And just, if I need to nudge in a certain way, we'll nudge. But really, this is Heather's time to have a mental breakdown in the booth in front of all of us. And it's not going to be fun and it's not going to be pleasant, but this is our next hour. Let's do this thing together. And it was like the most secure and safe way of doing that, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, here is not the scenario of the game, but here is a scenario to kind of get you into what that emotion might feel like for you.
Mm.
And now hold it and stay there and hold it and stay there and hold it and keep going for the next hour. Which is
And now I need
intense.
to play Phantasy Star to find out what moment that is.
Yeah, so it's very intense, and it's crazy because that was the day I learned, and I had been told this in a class before, but I'd never really experienced it, that your brain doesn't know the difference between real trauma and acting.
That's
So
crazy.
if you tell your brain enough times, it's sad, your brain will just be sad the rest of the day. It doesn't know the difference. And so I remember leaving that session and canceling my stream that night and just being like, I can't, you guys, I just need to breathe and like remind myself that I'm safe and that wasn't me and I'm okay, because my brain was just like, no, we're depressed. I'm like, no, brain, we're not. We were at work. We're good. We're happy. It's fine. And brain's like, no, we're going to be
No,
sad.
yeah.
That's why being positive is extremely important.
Yeah.
Because
Man,
you can affect your own performance and mood and health. Like what you tell yourself becomes reality.
100%.
and I can vouch for that because I've done a lot of stage acting, like on stage, and every single part that I've been given has to do with really tragic. Like, for example, I did my last huge play was in a church, right? But it wasn't a church; it was more like a theater, and they were doing a theater thing that had to do with the life of Jesus. Guess who had to play Judas? Guess who had to hang himself? Me. You know, so I'm like, why did I get that part? Why can't I get one of those happy other parts? Why do I have to do like the betrayer guy? Like,
Maybe that disciple, he looks happy.
Right?
I used to do a lot of acting too. I was always very good at being angry.
And the thing is that you do have to kind of go in deep and look at your own experiences to bring out characters, you know. So I could I'm like, I want to play Phantasy Star now. I'm like, can we end the podcast early so they can...
This is now a let's play. We all do our own version of the game, and we all just provide commentary while we play together.
right. I mean, that's a good idea to do a podcast. Let's play podcast, right? So
yeah, right.
Yeah, we should do it. But yeah, that is fantastic. I think there's another question here that's a little more happy. Let's see if we can get it. Is there right here? I think that's it.
Is there any voice actors you'll like to? Oh my goodness, there are so many voice actors I'd like to work with. Gonna curse again. Dang, dude. Oh my god, like all of them, like Jim Cummings. Now I can't think of anyone's name, and that's horrible. You know what's funny is, like, so with Tears of the Kingdom, everyone's like, oh my god, you worked with Matt Mercer. I'm like, not really. I'm in a game with Matt Mercer. Not the same. Not the same. So I'd love to do something in a room with Matt Mercer. He seems awesome. And Ganondorf and his flowing locks. Man, I'm sorry. His hair in this game.
I'll let you know when he comes to the podcast. That way you can.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. But yeah, now I can't think of anyone's names because you put me on the spot. But freaking any voice actor who was from my childhood who is still alive, I would like to do something with them.
The easiest one, Charles Martinet. That was the voice of Mario.
There you go.
Yeah. I just found out he was in Dragon Ball, the last movie they made.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? This guy sounds, I can't even tell his voice. He went from Mario to that evil guy. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So are those all the questions we have? Let me see here. I think that's all the questions we have. I know we have Heather for about an hour because guess what? She has a live stream, guys. That
Yup.
you what? No, you don't have a live stream?
I said, yep.
What are you playing tonight, Heather?
Tonight we were playing Dead by Daylight.
Dead by
People like to watch me get really anxious about freaking trying to bring generators back to life. It's so anxiety-inducing. It's got the little circle thing, and I don't want to look away to see if the killer's coming because I feel like the second I blink or look away, I'm gonna miss the thing.
Yeah.
And then I get so anxious about it that the second it pops up, I hit spacebar even though it's not in the thing yet, and then it backfires and I get killed.
I mean, that's why I don't play shooters that much because I'm like, you know,
I can't play shooters.
Trying to find where to shoot. Splatoon is better. It's still a shooter, but it's paint, you know. But like Call of Duty and stuff like that, I would play them, but I get too anxious when it comes to those games.
And first persons are worse for me because then I feel like I'm the one who's actually like in trouble and
Right?
dying. So I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good. I'm
Have
okay.
you tried Nick Cage yet, Heather?
No, that's gonna be tonight. I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
Okay, that's cool. I was
Yeah.
like, if you're gonna play tonight, then I imagine Nick Cage is what you're gonna go for
Yes.
next.
What's your Twitch? I'm assuming you're on Twitch.
Yes, we are on Twitch. It's me and my husband. We are Star STARR and Bear. Star and Bear.
Star
So
and Bear.
wholesome.
You'd think so, but then you come and watch us and you're like, ooh, not family friendly.
What does the name come after? Or did you just like
So I am Hezzy Star. Star is my middle name.
okay.
And I don't even remember where it came
What?
from.
Hold
A
on.
very long
Go back to that. What? Star
is
is your
my
middle
name.
name?
Yeah, Heather Estrella.
You were meant to be a star then.
Which is so funny because I used to go by Heather Star,
Uh-huh.
and I had a musical director once at an audition go,
Yeah.
Star, that's very pretentious. And I was like, no, it's just my name. I was like, but
Thanks for
thanks.
making that assumption.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks for making this awkward. So yeah, Star, that's just my middle name. So we just go by that. And I can't remember where it came from, but a very long time ago, my husband decided if we ever had kids,
Mhm.
he wouldn't let them call him dad. He would make them call him Sir Bear. And then all of our friends just started calling him Sir Bear. And so we dropped the Sir and he was just Bear.
That's magical.
Well, I have added in the chat, guys, her I don't even know what to call it. Is it Twitter? Is it X? Is it a dead bird? I have no clue what it is.
I'm sticking with Twitter because X is dumb.
Right?
I agree.
What is going
Plus,
on
because
here?
when I type Twitter in my search bar, it still comes up. So I'm going with Twitter.
Like
Exactly.
this is the
And
thing.
we still
Elon
tweet.
himself said that he wants tweets to be called an X. In
No.
what realm is it okay for us to say, "Hey guys, go check out my X"? Like,
Yeah, no. I'm gonna exit at you.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work.
No.
To play devil's advocate, I never say, "Hey, go check out my tweet," but some may. So
That's fair. would
I
probably say
don't
my
disagree, but it's just weird.
It
But-
took you
but
20
you know,
years to not
I just
say
tweeted out. I just tweeted this. I just tweeted out. It's more like a
Yeah.
you're used to hearing that.
But the thing is that with tweet, it is kind of like you use it in different ways, right? So like,
Yeah.
did you tweet? I'm going to tweet. They tweeted. What do you say? I exited.
Did you X today? That's really not your business.
I'm Xing right now.
Yeah.
I'm Xing right now.
hey, I liked your X. Like,
Right? seriously, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It does not work. So
I
go-
replied to your ex.
yeah.
yeah, it
I
doesn't work.
quoted your ex. It
So what is that, like
Subscribe to your ex.
a re-X instead of a retweet? Like, what the hell? That doesn't work.
See, I can relate to Elon Musk, and I know where he's coming from because he's obsessed with space and like math and all that stuff. And so, I mean, he named his kids an equation or some kind of variation of something. I'm pretty sure Paul knows because Paul knows everything. Right, Paul? His kids.
The XAE
Yeah,
12 or something.
yeah. It's like
Don't ask why I know that. I just saw it on a
for
random
sure.
TikTok the other day.
Yeah, so basically it, and also he has Asperger's syndrome, and so he's like very obsessed with a certain field. That's why he's a genius when it comes to astronomics and space and engines and stuff, because that's his forte. Twitter is not his forte. He
No.
goes to Twitter to do things. It is not, social media is not his forte.
Everyone
know?
has their strengths and weaknesses. No
Yeah.
one is above all others. Like, so
Yeah,
whatever
right.
like so like if you ever think someone's like extremely smart, they may be for particular things. That doesn't mean you cannot have a conversation with them. That doesn't mean your opinion is wrong compared to theirs. It's just as valid.
Yeah, I love my daughter. My daughter is also she has Asperger's as well, and she's brilliant, and I love her so much. And she has her beautiful strengths, and she's like such a genius in certain areas. And she's so interested in everything Disney and everything Japanese and this, but then in other areas she could care less about it. I think Twitter he could care less about. He's just trying to merge his worlds together. When they don't merge, they don't go together. So then we have X, and
didn't he buy PayPal? And he originally called
He
PayPal
started
X
PayPal.
when he bought PayPal, and
Didn't
then
he start
they
PayPal? I think he
I
started
was
PayPal.
from
with
what
his
I
friend.
have seen. I don't know if this is accurate, but I have seen like a few TikToks and a few people tweet about it.
Yeah.
But apparently he bought PayPal back in like 2000 and
Yeah.
he was going to name it X. And then he started doing all the policy changes and whatever. And PayPal was going down the drain, as is Twitter. And they were like, nah, chief, stop. So then he's like, you're right, my bad. So then he stopped. But then now he's doing it with Twitter and he's naming it what he called PayPal originally in 2000.
He loves the letter X because he got space X. And at least for that, it's okay. It sounds very futuristic.
It sounds cool for that. Everything else,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, come on, stop, be
Tesla
creative.
Model X.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Model X, so
Right
there-
now, he had to change his son's name on the birth certificate to X, so they made it shortened to that, and he got what he and Grimes wanted as the middle name to be the proper longer XAE, Elvin. So he basically, renamed Twitter after his own kid, just X. So it's the ultimate gift. Although for me,
I feel like
personally,
everything in his house is just labeled with an X.
it
Like he just calls everything that.
everything.
it
Yeah.
took me like 20 years to get used to going from WWF to WWE.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll still say,
I still say WWF.
Yeah, me too.
It's hard for it to go WWE. So Twitter, I'm not going to change anytime soon. It's a little jarring even when I see X pop up.
Yeah.
But I'm guilty of that for I know it's Ryu from Street Fighter, but
Yeah.
I'll still say Ryu now and then.
Yeah. Right.
Zangief. I can't help but revert to some of the old terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I guess we're gonna be all and I just still I don't know. We're gonna be like an X.
Listen, man, aliens are real. It doesn't
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
True.
I guess they are, man. I guess they are. Yeah. And then
But if
all
they
right.
haven't destroyed us yet, we're probably fine.
they come in
Yeah.
peace. They're probably living among us, and they're just having just mind their own business, and we're just interfering. Aliens, they're good people. They're good. They probably live under the water and stuff. And we're just talking gibberish now because
They might not even be aliens. Yeah, they could be water people or
Yeah.
people who live under the core of the earth, or they're just Russian monkeys. Well, who knows?
Russian monkey.
Yeah.
All right, I
Just
think
like
we're
a turd.
I
Maybe
think
one more question for Heather. That's it's
Yeah, go ahead.
borderline NDA, but maybe not. How excited are you for your upcoming projects that you can't talk about?
Oh, I'm always super excited about all the projects I get to do. The hardest part is like when something comes out. So like they announced Persona 3 Reload, but of course it doesn't come out for a year. So now you're like, cool, now everyone knows, but I still can't talk about too much about it. You just know it exists, and that's cool.
Any projects of yours? Any of them have a release this year or next year? Or
I think
that-
they're all next year and the year
Okay.
after.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations in advance. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was everything I did in the last 2 years all dropped in like May through June. Within
Yeah.
like a week
Wow.
of each other. Everything I did for 2 years was like this one, this one, this one. I was like, oh
Diablo
God.
4,
Okay.
Zelda,
Yeah, that just tells you how long time has to passes between recording the
Oh my
voice and
God.
the game releasing.
And then you just sit and wait. The one I haven't gotten to play of mine yet that I really want to is the DLC for Elder Scrolls,
Uh-huh.
the Necrom chapter.
Yeah.
Because I'm super excited to watch Scroot because Scroot is my spirit animal and I love them so much. They're just like this mean little tentacle monster, and I'm like, ooh, typecasting. Thank you for letting me play this brat.
Oh man. Anyway, so Heather, I know is your hour up yet? Do you have to go yet, or how?
I probably have like 10 more minutes before I gotta go turn on my other computer.
Okay, so let's go over the games that you've been in, because there's some people here that probably
my
play those games and then they don't know it. She has a long library of games, and okay, off the top of your head, can you mention the last 10 games?
Oh my God. Tears of the Kingdom,
Uh-huh.
Elder Scroll,
Uh-huh.
Diablo 4,
Hmm?
Persona 3 Reload,
Hmm? I saw one today on your IMDb thingy.
Octopath Traveler 2,
Nice.
Trails into Reverie,
Ooh.
Pokemon Masters.
Nice, that's 7.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Monster Hunter Rise, that one I didn't know about. Actually,
Yeah,
I
I am Minoto in Monster Hunter Rise.
Nice.
Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis.
That's the one I need to play now because I'm kind of obsessed now.
Punishing Gray Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10. I'm sure there are more, but that's 10.
Oh yeah, I did say 10, so yeah. Well, she missed Fire Emblem Engage.
I did. Oh, everyone always gets mad at me because I forget Fire Emblem, and they're like, "But Olympia," I'm like, "Yes, I love her, but she was so long ago, I forget."
And you did more than one Fire Emblem, right?
I did. Chershi. I can never pronounce her name right. I didn't have to say it.
That's good.
Right? Can we just say Sherry?
Yeah, right.
Chershi. Let's see here. Okay, I'm scrolling through the chat to see if are there any more questions that I missed because I don't want to miss any questions from the chat. Anybody in the crew have any more questions while I look through the chat here?
What was a project that you worked on where, like, as soon as you got the script and you got cast for it, you're like, this is it. Like, I'm so, like, one of those moments where you're just like, this is like everything I've wanted to do. This is like, I'm so pumped for this kind of thing.
Zelda.
Zelda.
There you go.
So I got the audition for Zelda. They don't tell you what it is. You get a code name. You get no actual character name, so that they don't give anything away. I just knew it was a adventure fantasy style game. Do the audition. Great. Did it. Got cast in it. Still had no idea what it was when I got cast in it. The day before the first recording, I got the script, which is nuts because usually I don't get the script till I'm in the booth. So I'm like, oh, well, since I got it, let me at least look over it. So look over it. I'm like, something, Hyrule. What did that just say? And I literally had to like cover the whole script and just show the word to my husband and be like, what does that word say? And he was like, Hyrule. And I was like, this is Zelda. This is the next Zelda. This has to be Zelda. So I like fangirled out in my own house and then went in and tried to be as professional as possible.
Were you like maybe telling yourself, oh, it's probably just like a spin-off or something?
Oh no, my brain was like, this has to be Breath of the Wild too. That's what's coming out next. It has to be.
Yeah.
Had it not been, I think I would have been really sad. No, I still would have been in Zelda, so I would have been really happy. But
like, what if it was like Age of Calamity too?
I mean, I wouldn't have been as happy, but I'd still be in the Zelda franchise, so can't knock it.
Yeah.
I mean, and Minoru is a big character. I feel we're gonna see more of Minoru in the future.
I hope so.
So convention wise, are you planning to go to any conventions in the future?
I'd like to, and if you guys want to see me at a con, tweet at them. Tag me, tag them, tell them to make me be there. The only one I've gotten to go to so far is I did a panel at AX, and that was for Persona, and that was literally I just came in for that and then left again. I would love to do conventions. I got my prints all ready to go.
Nice.
I want to meet folks and chat and hear what you guys think of the games and all that stuff, but I can't go unless you invite me. So tell your local con.
Have you seen a Minoru poster or a Minoru amiibo released by Nintendo? That way you have one more cool thing to sign.
Oh man, I keep my eye out. I hope there's going to be an amiibo. I want one so bad.
Of yourself, basically. That's pretty awesome, right?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
There has
I
to
have
be.
a little plushie of my Monster Hunter character.
Oh yeah,
I've got that. But yeah, I just collect anything I find. I'm like, okay, where's stuff?
And I see on Twitter you've been getting a lot of art.
Yeah, I have a lot of really beautiful prints. Some that I've commissioned, some that fans just have made, and they're freaking gorgeous.
Crazy, right?
But yeah, my prints that are commissioned for my stuff is on my Streamily. If anyone wants, it's linked on my Twitter. And I'm actually doing a live signing on August 18th.
There you have it. August 18th, right? August 18th?
Yeah, August 18th, 6 p.m. Pacific. I will be doing a live signing on my stream, and you can buy your prints on my Streamily.
That is awesome. So there you have it, guys. August 18th on her Streamily. Well, you can get the link on her Twitter, and the link to her Twitter is in the chat. So follow the link to the Twitter, to the Streamily, and also to the Twitch, and then everything Heather-wise. So there. So that's your gateway.
That's so cool.
And what else do you have? Do you have anything going on today?
Today we're gonna stream Dead by Daylight at 6, so
Nice.
we'll be on probably for like 3 or 4 hours unless I bitch out early, which I try not to. Oh, I cursed again. Dang it! Oh, I'm trying so hard.
Well, that
You're
one's
doing great.
debatable.
You're doing
That one
great.
is debatable. It depends on you know what you
On
mean
whose
by the
ears it
word.
falls on.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing great. So, guys, guess what? Go follow Heather on Twitter, please. So follow Heather on Twitter and on Twitch. Okay, follow Heather on Twitch, and she has those prints. Those prints are gonna be worth a lot of money. So make sure you get that signature. All right, no selling it on eBay yet. You know, wait for it to go up in price, and then on eBay.
Wait till they're a real investment, and then
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Are you good now, Heather? That is our guest. She has been an amazing guest. This is not the last time she's going to be here on the podcast. I want to count her as part of the crew already. You know, steal away from the booth and bring her over. Guys, please support Heather and her Twitter and her Twitch. The signing is going to be live, so the link is on her Twitch and it's also on her Twitter. It's called Streamily, right? And then when you click on it, you'll see her page, you'll see the artwork, and then you can order one of her Minoru's, and she'll sign it for you, and you'll get it in the mail, which is pretty cool.
There's a really, really beautiful one of Minoru, Sonia, and Zelda. Oh, it's so good. This artist is freaking amazing. It's so pretty. And I am actually chatting with Jeremy, who plays Sonia, to get her to sign a stack of them as well, so that I can have a stack that's signed by both of us. And then I'm going to see if Patricia will do the same, so that we can have one that's signed by all three.
That would be amazing.
She literally had something that was signed by everybody recently, right?
I did. I gave away. So at the cast party for the opening, I had everyone who was there sign the game. And then we did a raffle on our stream, and we actually gave away the game signed by the cast.
Oh my God.
This should be kept in a glass case.
And I was so nervous. I put it in the mail, and I was like, oh God, don't get lost in the mail. Please don't get lost in the mail.
And that's why you have to follow her Twitter, because you never know. You never know.
True. So, we like to do a lot of giveaways on our Twitch. So
that is super awesome. So Heather, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
You are royalty among here, you know. And so we're always blessed to have you and hear the stories and stuff. And hopefully next time, hopefully we can all meet in a convention one day, right? I've seen a lot of cosplay with Minoru that look crazy. So far, just ears. And
I was gonna say, if you see Minoru cosplay, someone tweet that at me. I want to see it.
I will. It looks really awesome. So far is somebody who did the face painting, and then they did the ears. And then some part of the clothes, which is awesome. I mean, I know once you get to convention, you're gonna see so much more. People go crazy in conventions, so it's gonna be awesome.
Are you potentially? I might have a connection to Anime Weekend Atlanta, which is the biggest anime convention in the Southeast. Ooh. It's typically right before Halloween. I can reach out to them if that's something you'd be interested in, and see if I can get in contact with someone over there.
Yes.
Reach out to me privately, because yes, but also I'm going away in October, so I have to check the dates to see if I'm gonna be in town or not.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll reach out on Twitter. But
Sweet.
yeah, I might have a connection. So
sounds good.
Yay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, don't forget.
All right, I gotta go turn on my other computer.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you.
Do I have the applause thingy? There you go.
She's so cool.
Right. She's like so down to earth. She's like a neighborhood friend. And then she has this amazing trajectory with a whole bunch of voice drops that she's done. You don't even, when you talk to her, you don't feel like she's done all this work, just because she's so friendly, so down to earth. And it's always great to have her here. This is our second time. Hopefully we'll have her a third time. And thank you guys in the chat for all the questions you submitted for her, and of course here in the cast for the questions as well. Now we have I think we have time for a topic, right? We have time for one of the topics.
We should.
Okay, so we can do 15 minutes.
I got 7.5 minutes.
Okay, so we have 7 minutes for a topic, and that's gonna be, let's talk about that Pokemon Presents. Okay. I want to get a quick kind of, what do you think about this Pokemon Presents here? And starting with, go ahead, Andres, take it away. Pokemon Presents apparently happening next week.
Next week. Yeah, so my perspective on it is that it's not August 8th, as people are saying, but August 9th. And let me explain what's going on. So basically, do you want me to explain? Or do you want to explain it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So quick. Basically, historically speaking, or at least the last 2 years, there's been a Pokemon Presents in August. So this would be a third year in a row. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, Pokemon World Championship is about to happen, and usually they have news before that. So you got that. But there is what people kind of noticed recently is that for Pokemon Masters, there are events that are supposed to happen, and the timing for one of them is a little off. So they looked into that, and then they checked the data mine, and basically, I don't remember the exact coding, but basically it says Pokemon Presents campaign starting on August 8th. So people have taken that and been like, oh, so there's a data mine leak. Pokemon Presents happening on August 8th. The reason I'm saying it's not on the 8th and the 9th is because, well, one, there's, time zone tomfoolery, but also Pokemon Masters, it's an event starting to, can maybe feed into whatever advertisement going to go on for that.
Yeah.
But the 8th is a Tuesday. And if you look at the Pokemon Presents, they always happen on Wednesdays. Most directs happen on Wednesdays, by the way. So I'm thinking the Pokemon Presents is announced on a Tuesday, the 8th, and then it's actually going to happen on August 9th.
It's the beginning of the campaign that started on 8th because it starts with the advertisement for the event. So
yeah.
So you got something there. Lens, Pokemon Master, take it away. What do you think about this? All this stuff.
I mean, I wasn't believing it, to be honest, but then I didn't know any of the stuff that you knew. So the fact that it's data mined in the game, that's kind of hard to argue against, to be honest with you. I think the timing does make sense, to be honest with you. Because that's going to be the end of the season of Pokemon Unite. That's going to start a new campaign in Pokemon Masters. It would probably give more detail to the DLC that's about to come out. So I would expect it to be more focused on that kind of stuff. I'm kind of just excited now. I didn't even realize this was really something that was on the radar, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I said, I think it's cool that it was data mined. I think it opens a lot of doors. So like I said, I would expect to see Pokemon Unite news, Pokemon DLC news. But yeah, I'm just kind of excited now. My wheels, like the hamster in my head, it's spinning.
I think we should still take it with a grain of salt because while there may be a data mine that literally says Pokemon Presents, plans can change. Maybe it happens the next week in August. But
dates can always change.
But the Pokemon World Championships is happening, so if it happens the week after, they would miss that window to announce things beforehand. So I do think next week is the time to do it.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Because especially, I could be wrong, but I feel like Worlds last year, in their intermission kind of stuff, that's when they were always hey, here's the new map that's coming out next season to get people who are watching more excited for the things that are coming and stuff like that. So I think it makes sense, to be honest with you, but I'm excited now, genuinely.
What are your thoughts, Paul?
I think it's coming out. I mean, like Andres said, the last couple of them have been on a Wednesday. Last year, August 3rd. The year before that, August 18th. August 8th is kind of right in between. So maybe it's not the 8th, maybe it's the 9th, or maybe it's the 8th for United States technically, but in Japan it's the 9th. So therefore it's still a Wednesday. But hard to say. It's coming out soon. And just how big will it be? That's the unknown. Could they give us updates on games on DLC? Could there be a drop of some sort that's not, it's always good to temper your expectations, but with such a high franchise of so much popularity, you can't help but say, wouldn't it be cool if Pokken Tournament 2 came out? Or wouldn't it be cool if this was shown? But at the very least, hey, what about updates to games that we already have? And somewhere in the middle, that's fine.
One thing is here that Nintendo Direct for the first time in a while dedicated a big chunk to Pokemon. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if they announced Pokemon Pikachu, Detective Pikachu 2 returns, it that sounds like a Pokemon Presents kind of announcement, And then DLC also sounds like a Pokemon Presents announcement. So if they wanted that out of the way, it makes me question what do they have in its place. You know,
more info, another trailer on Detective Pikachu Returns, and another trailer on the Pokemon DLC.
I mean, if we're following Sword and Shield and the way that those trailers dropped, they probably gave us 5 different trailers on like Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor before like they finally dropped. We got like mini trailer, and they just like sprinkle in like, oh, you just thought it was a new place. Well, actually, there's this. Well, actually, now here's the trick to the legendary, and just like a whole bunch of different Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The Pokemon community has a really bad habit of setting expectations incredibly high.
Yeah.
And I know that if people see this, they're going to be like, oh my God, they're going to announce the Gen 5 remakes. Oh my God, they're going to do X, Y, and Z.
I mean, I've been talking about that on the channel.
I think something awesome is happening next year that's related to Unova.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't think they're next year. Right. They're not going to announce it until the Pokemon Presents this in February.
Yeah.
I got my speculations. I'm gonna go far. If you think that's far, Pokemon fans, if you think that Pokemon fans have it, they go the extreme, and watch what I'm about to say. Okay. They are going to announce that white and black thingy, right? And then of course you know what, for 2024. But that big space, there's going to be an actor who's going to take the screen and take center stage and announce something. His name is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan, Detective Pikachu the movie?
Yeah, I think that could be a possibility of them
right after the writer's strike.
Yeah, announcing that doesn't mean it's going to come out anytime soon. Announcing that, just like I said for the Nintendo Direct, I think they're going to announce the movie, right? Because and then the movie can come out in 2025, because all they can do is just announce the movie and then give us directs with a whole bunch of trailers, and then in 2025 the movie. So I'm doing the same thing for Pokemon. Pokemon Presents, we're gonna find out about Detective Pikachu 2. We're gonna get that Gen 5 remake, like all crazy and stuff. And we're also gonna get that Unova. Is it Arceus? Not Legends Unova or something like that, right?
Legends Kyurem is what people are predicting.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm hoping for.
We're gonna get everything that people is predicting. Everything we're gonna get is 100%.
Yeah. Yo, so I would love to stay longer, but I have another commitment.
Yes.
At 9. So please invite me on again. It's been a long time since we've been able to chat. But I would love to come on again because there's still so much we could talk about. But I have to go now.
And this is actually the end of the podcast as well. We always end at 9:00 because I know we have viewers that also they shift to Nintendo Prime podcast so that they can enjoy that one too. So we always schedule at 9. So thank you, Anders, for coming by, spending time with us. I know right now they're in the middle of the countdown and the other podcast. So you are good to go, man. Hoping to have you soon. Subscribe to Anders Restart on YouTube for the best Metroid content, best Zelda content, best theories on the YouTube market completely. And make sure to subscribe to him because he has amazing content. He wants to get to 50,000 before the year ends. Let's help him get there. And yeah, man, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks, man. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.
And my friends, I know that we had other topics, but guess what? We have more podcasts coming up. Next Wednesday, we can continue talking because guess what? The other topics have to do with things that we know are not coming just yet. So they're not as, last minute things. Pokemon Presents could be happening next week. We might have a Pokemon Presents podcast. So
we have a Pokemon Presents pod or like direct.
Yeah, we did.
If we get a Pokemon Direct, I will ascend. My soul will leave my body. You will just watch me like lift out of this chair. But
yeah, so next Wednesday is the 8th, right? That's it. Is the 8th?
The 9th is Wednesday.
The 9th is Wednesday.
Yes, 9th is Wednesday. 8th is Tuesday.
By next podcast, we could be having a full Pokemon Presents podcast. Who knows if it happens? It'll be a full Pokemon Presents podcast. It's gonna be awesome. Hopefully we can get that. And of course, we got Vandy back over here, healthy. Hopefully, Linz stays healthy for the Pokemon podcast.
I'll find a way.
Paul Gale, and of course, Joy CJ as well. But thank you guys for watching. We are here at the Nintopics podcast. Tell us where can we find you, Paul, and tell us where can we find you, Linz.
You can go for it, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
On Twitter and on YouTube, I am Paul Gale Network.
That's it.
I mean, I've got some stuff. I got something cool that I filmed today.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Plug it, man. Plug it. Sell it.
You just asked where they could find me. Not what else do I have?
You gotta sell it, man. You gotta sell what you got.
So I, for Kit and Krista on their channel, I do video game inspired fitness and exercise, martial arts kind of material, just like free exercise videos for their community. So I filmed a new one today, and since Street Fighter 6 is popular, I did like a 9-minute workout of how to move like Ryu from Street Fighter, what's his basic stance like, how to jab and how to shift back and forth the way he does. So that's most of the that's most of the content that I provide for Kit and Krista. It's called Kit and Krista Karate and Calisthenics with Paul Gale Network. And it's just free exercise, free martial arts tips for their channel. And it's on like their Discord, on their Patreon, but it's on YouTube. So anyways, I filmed a new one today, which was kind of cool.
That's cool. You guys live in the same area, right?
They're in San Francisco. I'm in Los Angeles. So they're a little bit up.
So me, California is California. I don't know why. I'm just so like.
I mean, California, but there's still like 350
miles. Yeah. Take it away, Linz. What do you got?
Hello, my name is Linz, also known as Linz Vids with 2 Z's at the end. But you can find me on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. We're live streaming daily. I sometimes do Twitch and YouTube both in the same day. But we got a lot of Pokemon content. I'm just really excited about everything that's going forward. I'm so excited now. I'm just giddy.
you have to check out Lynn's last video. It's fire. It's
thank you.
Fire. Because I know she had planned. You had planned to come up with content. Last podcast, he's like, I'm trying to come up with what I need to come up with, and I think I did it, and you did it. I gotta tell you that was an amazing video, and hopefully, guys, go watch it, go subscribe, because she has more coming just like that one. Actually, I'm plugging in Vandy323 as well, because this duo is, I think, the best Pokemon duo on YouTube, period, when it comes to content. I'm learning from them. I'm getting some pointers in here or there so that I can apply to my channel, because it's just fun to watch. So I recommend them 100%. Also, Joycey J. Follow Joycey on Twitter at DJ Joycey J. She is the queen of Zelda, and you can ask her anything related to Zelda, and she will respond to you. So I'm plugging in Vandy and DJ. They're not here today. And of course, here you can find here at the Odyssey, find me with my content, daily news. I'm working on something really cool. I have the thank you wheel, which is the thank you wheel. You know those little wheels that you kind of spin, like the friends, right? I have a thank you wheel, and that thank you wheel is full with 3 opportunities to win a Nintendo Switch. 3. Wow. And I will be doing that every single month. Every single last Saturday, we'll have our tournament for Splatoon, Mario Kart, Fall Guys, and I'm trying to see how I can put Pokemon in there too as a tournament, because on that Saturday we're gonna also spin the wheel. Okay, we'll pick something from the chat and then we'll spin the wheel, and you get a chance to win a whole bunch of prizes, from $100 gift cards, Nintendo Switch Lite, Nintendo Switch OLED. There's a jackpot one. If you hit jackpot, you win anything on the board. So it's gonna be really, really fun. The chat was the one who picked all the prizes, so we had a fun filling it in on the last live stream. It's called the thank you wheel because I'm grateful to you guys. You guys are amazing, and I just wanted to do that little wheel for you guys. Paul and Lynn are welcome to join. You guys can win as well. And it's a thank you wheel for everybody. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the Nintopics podcast. This is episode I lost count. I will figure it out, and I will see you in the next awesome adventure here at the Odyssey and the Nintopics podcast. But before we let you go, we have 2 things we got to let you know. Number 1, Paul,
never give up.
Never give up. And number 2, Linz,
journey on.
Journey on. I wish I had some Pokemon music. Do I have some Pokemon music here?
Mamma mia.
It's not Pokemon
I was going to
music.
say, that'll get you copyright real quick if you're not careful.
You're right. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the Nintopics podcast. Hope you guys have a good ride home. Drive safely. Don't forget to hug and kiss somebody you love before going to bed. Don't go to bed angry. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.